Welcome to the J.R. Hendrick Texan Consort, a podcast that deals with the early life of J.R. Hendrick. Now narrating the story is Jimi Hendrick. 2:45 a.m. Betsy is up in the southeast lounge of the mansion, trying to watch the news. But all that's on CNN and CBNC are documentaries and infomercials. Undaunted, she picks up her Bible and starts to read. 3:25 a.m. Betsy is watching CBNC with the Blake Carter TV show, where he goes after the Clinton administration for its failure in economic policies for small business. 6:15 a.m. JR wakes up to overhear his mother talking to a guest in the northeast lounge of the mansion. His name is Alex Douglas Hume, who would be staying there for a few days, being separated from his wife. He would be returning to his wife on Saturday. 7 a.m. Jim walks toward the front of the mansion with his luggage and goes and embraces Betsy as he gets ready to approach the limousine. "Have a good flight," Betsy said. "I'll see you Friday," Jim says. He gets in the limo and goes to work. 9:30 a.m. Emily Cummings, one of Jim's staffers, takes JR to Ascension Christian College to enroll in the transferable course of Phil 3320, Business Ethics. This trip would be a welcome respite from the psychobabble and the social engineering going on at the mansion. 11:45 a.m. Jim and Mike Thomas arrive at the airport, and Frank, the pilot, takes the luggage. "Michelle, spostole," Jim says in Italian. "Attendez seconde," Michelle said in French. Meanwhile, at the mansion main hallway, Holly accosts JR. "What'd he say?" "What'd he say?" "If you're referring to the psychologist, Holly, he wants me a part of the grunge movement." "Okay, then I'll have a good time. I'll just take you shopping." "Hold up, honey. When I met you 4 years ago, you were hanging with the intellectual set, wearing dresses with hoop skirts and Victorian dresses. You said the latest music revolted you. And now you want me to be a part of the grunge movement? Something that you ought to know would revolt you." "Sit down over lunch and maybe we can talk." "We have a nice relationship. I hate to mess it up," JR said. "Sit down with me for lunch. We can talk about how to keep it nice." "Let's keep it nice and don't push it," JR said. 12:30 p.m. The Hendrick charter jet taxis down the runway at Washington Dulles International Airport, bound for Columbus, Ohio. At the same time, JR is trying to enjoy his nachos for lunch in the reception area, trying to avoid Holly scolding him for not giving her eye contact. This would be the first of a sign of things to come, the problems between JR and Holly. "2 p.m. The private jet arrives in Columbus, Ohio, and Jim and his party walk towards the 1989 Lincoln Stretch limousine. Michelle all of a sudden was feeling overcome by her boss as they walked past reporters saying no comment and got into the limousine to go to the Joseph Blackwell estate in LaSalle, Ohio, a ritzy suburb of Columbus, where the average net worth was $1.2 million. 3:30 p.m. JR is sitting in one of the lounges of the mansion, trying to relax and catch his breath. He had been working last hour on business budget principles with John Gardens and Charlie Nation. John seemed to be engaged in that topic, whereas JR was not. "6 p.m. At Columbus, Ohio, Jim is making a speech at the Ohio Entrepreneur Association, sharing a stage with Bernard Britley. It was a big heyday for him. At the same time, a black stretch limo arrives at the Kennedy Center, where JR purchases tickets for him and Holly. They walk inside to watch No Finer Kind, a musical about a Jewish girl escaping captivity in Luxembourg in 1944 to go to Brussels, Belgium to find love and freedom. The musical was first released in 1972 and hit Broadway in 1975. JR and Holly would also have a wonderful buffet being waited on hand and foot in the VIP seats. "9 p.m. JR and Holly exit the Kennedy Center. "See you tomorrow night for church?" "All right, but after this, Holly, please, don't push me," JR said, getting into the limo to go home. Hope you enjoy listening to J.R. Hendrick Texas Night. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and become a part of the adventure. It's J.R. Hendrick saying until next time, get ready for the rest of this story. It gets bumpy from here. You guys have fun.